Great. So we are live, I guess, on YouTube as well. Perfect. So it was necessary to stream also on YouTube because we've got many subscriptions for tonight. We have got actually more than 8,300 subscriptions, but only 5,000 seats. That's why we are here. That's why we do something incredible tonight. But let me introduce myself. My name is Sandro Cazzato. I'm the leader of Essence Tribe, and I'm the president of the company Chosen Group. I'm very happy to have you tonight in order that we will learn something exceptional, something that will bring us forward in our career as a network marketing professional, but also something that will for sure bring our business to the next level and bring yourself to Rome to our big event in September. For all those that want to use the translation, we have down on the bottom the possibility to choose among 6 languages. So just choose your language and enjoy this show tonight. For tonight, we invited not just one person, we invited the person that can help us to grow our business, that can help us also to become professional promoter of events. I met this person through his book until we finally met in December 2022 when I attended his show GoPro as a $1 Million Hall of Fame attendee. I'm very grateful, and I'm showing to this person daily recognition for what he has done for us by transferring his knowledge, by pushing me, by provoking me to always go harder on our business. And if we are here tonight, it's also thanks to him. He is going to be the special guest of our Euro event 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Worre. Eric, are you here?
Hello, Sandro. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So I leave you the show. Thank you very much for your time, for your knowledge that you will be transferring tonight. And I will be also learning tonight. I'm 100% sure.
Well, thank you very much, Sandro. And hello, everybody. I'm coming to you from our studios here in Las Vegas, and hope sometime you can come over and visit us here in Las Vegas. If you do, please make sure to let us know. But I'm here to talk about a skill that changed my network marketing life. I got involved in the network marketing business when I was very young, 23 years old. I started in this network marketing business, and I didn't have a lot of success in life prior to that. But when I started at 23, one lesson that came to me from one of my early mentors was there was an event coming up. And at this time I had no money, okay? He said, this event is going to change lives. If you just decide, do not miss this event. Do whatever you have to do. Sell enough product to be able to go, sell something out of your home. You just cannot miss it. I said, okay, you know why? He said, just trust me. Okay. It was in Denver, Colorado, here in the United States. And again, I have no money. It's about, from where I lived, about a 20-hour drive, something like that. And so I decided I was going to drive there, and had nobody on my team. And I drive to this event. And the whole way there, I'm dreaming. You know, maybe this can change my life, create a better future for myself. I'm driving through the roads, and, you know, daylights, you know, sun up, sun down, through the snow, all the stuff. I end up getting to Denver, Colorado. And my car was, as you can imagine, not a outstanding car either, right? So I get there, and I got my ticket, and I couldn't sleep the night before. And the next morning, I'm pressed up against the doors, you know, trying to be first in line. I'm going to get up there and take notes and be the first one to go. But a couple things happened in this journey. The moment I made a decision that I was going to figure this event out, I started to act different. I started to do different things. I started to dream. I started to set different goals. You're just making that decision was big. And then, like I said, as soon as I left my house and I started driving, or my apartment, I started driving to Denver, Colorado. The whole trip I was dreaming. And then the night before, pardon me, the night before, I barely sleep, get up really early, and I said, I'm going to make the most of this because I invested more money than I have to attend this event. So I get there, I get up as close as I can get, and my eyes are this big. And actually, the night before the event started, they had like an opportunity presentation with everybody in town. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing, what I was hearing. And people were making all this huge money and changing their lives relatively quickly. And the testimonials were unbelievable. And I had more belief in the company and the product. And I met people. I was able to network around a little bit. And so the next morning, I get up as close as I can get to the front. And they don't let me all the way up because there's big shots with high ranks in the organization that are, those seats were saved for, but I got as close as I could. And I'm taking notes, and the whole time I'm dreaming, I'm going to go home and I'm going to dominate. This is going to be amazing. This is the best decision I ever made by myself. And at one point I had to go to the bathroom, right? And there wasn't a break. So I waited because I didn't want to miss anything, but I kind of ran out, went to the bathroom, and I came back. And I'm standing in the back of the room waiting for applause or something so I could go and I wouldn't interrupt the room. There was something like 2,000 or 3,000 people in the room. And standing next to me was one of the guys I saw from the night before. His name was David. And David, I found out the night before, was making $80,000 a month with this company. He was just 4 or 5 years older than me. And I'm like, I'm standing next to him. I'm like, if you ever get yourself in this position, it's like, what do? I want to say something. This was before the time I could just say, hey, can I have a selfie? Do something like that. So I just asked, I said, excuse me, David, nice to meet you. My name's Eric. He said, hey, hi, Eric, nice to meet you. I said, can I ask you a question? He said, sure. I said, what's the secret? How in the world are you making this kind of money? You haven't been involved for that long. How? And he could have, there's no exact secret, right? But he kind of had pity on me, and he just decided, and he could have said, hey, now's not the time. I don't want to interrupt. But he said, do you see this room? I'm going to draw it for you. He said, do you see this room? Stage up here. I said, yeah. He said, and the company, well, he just said, the next convention that the company does, let me tell you the secret. Half of the room, half of these attendees won't come back. They'll be replaced by somebody else. I said, why? Why is that? He said, we don't know. Some people just come one time and they go home, and this wasn't part of their future. But the people over here that come back the second time will be making 2 times the amount of the average in the room. The room will get filled up again. Some of those people won't come back. This room group will be making twice the amount of that. I said, all I have to do is come back. And you're saying on average, I'm going to be making twice what the rest of the people in the room make. Yep. He said, and it doesn't stop there. When you come to the next convention, half of that group won't come back. I said, why? We don't know. They'll be replaced by somebody else, but this group will be making 4 times. So I just have to come back two more times, and I'll be making 4 times. He said, yep. I said, I think I can do that. He said, of course you can. Anybody can, right? He said, and it doesn't stop. Half that group won't come back. This group will be making 8 times. And then half that group won't come back. And this group will be making 16 times. And then half that group won't come back. This group would be making 32 times. And then half that group won't come back, and you'll be up on stage because you'll be doing so well. I'm like, really? He said, yeah. I said, well, I can do that. He said, here's a pro tip. Make sure that you never miss, ever. This is your World Cup. This is your Super Bowl. This is the name of the game. You do not miss. You organize all of your life around this. You tell your family. You tell your friends. There is no missing this at all. You know, you plan enough ahead so you never, ever miss. I'm like, okay, I can do that. I can do that. So that was my first lesson, like my first day at an event from a big leader. Now, what I learned probably, that's lesson number one. Lesson number two, I learned in doing this and in bringing people, and now I've been around this profession for 37 years, okay, long time. And on average, let me give you a statistic that holds up very, very accurately in your business, up to about $1 million a year, somewhere in that range. You will earn approximately $1,000, and translate this into euros or whatever you need to translate it into, $1,000 per person you have on your team that attends the event with you per year. So write that down, about $1,000 per person per year. You attending puts you in the game. You getting more people to attend helps you grow. I was like, huh, that's interesting. Really? Yeah. And I'm telling you, 37 years, I've coached millions of people around the world. That number holds up. So I was telling the person that shared it with me. So if I get 20 people from my team to attend, just attend, then I can expect to be earning, on average, about $20,000 a year. Yep. If I get 50 to attend, you're saying I can make $50,000 a year? Yeah. 100? So this here was lesson number one. This here was lesson number two. Right? Lesson number three was the number 100. And the number 100, I had another mentor tell me, and all these things planted themselves in my brain. If you just start down the process and work to get at least 100 people from your organization to attend, once you get to 100, your organization starts to take off on its own. It starts to grow without a big push from you. It starts to duplicate without you asking. So I'm like, okay. So it took me like 4 events to get to 100. Three or four conventions to get to 100 people. And guess where my income was when I got there? It's spooky how accurate this number is. But I will tell you the same thing. If you can figure out a way to get to 100, you win. You win. The game starts to run. It starts to go. It's not like you're done and finished for forever, but it does. Your organization will change in its dynamic completely. So there's leaders on here that have more than 100 people in your organization, but they only have 3 people who have bought a ticket. Why does the event make such a difference? Why is this room so valuable? Leaders are born at events like this. Big decisions are made. People see the proof. They see thousands of people. In your case, in Rome, where I'm going to be with you and speaking at that event. And hopefully I'm an extra reason for people to attend because I'm going to be bringing some of the best training I have. But there's 10,000 people in Rome. Imagine your person coming into that room and going, what? And the people they meet and the vision that they see and the fun that they get to have and the environment. all the lessons, they meet the leaders. This becomes real because your team is looking at you and you are basically all they have to be able to understand what they're involved with. When they come into this room, things change. Big decisions are made. Leaders are born. At events like this, I can't think of a single big decision that I made other than joining in the first place that didn't happen at an event. Can't think of one. So, my first event I was by myself, and then I brought back like 12 people or so, and we're all still broke. And then, it was like got it to 25 or 40 or something like that. And then get to 100. And I realized getting to 100, I was unique. And I just had to have a bigger vision than anybody else had. My vision had to be stronger than my team member who didn't have a vision. Their vision for not going. If it was stronger than my vision for them going, they were going to come up with an excuse why not to go. So I developed a bit of a culture in my organization around this idea of getting people to events. If you're not incredibly skilled at everything else in network marketing, in Chogan, in Ascent's Tribe, and congratulations on your success so far as an organization and as a group, if you're not having the success that you want, I'm just telling you, this is the shortcut. Getting people to events will buy you time to become world class at all the other skills. You don't have to be world class at the skills today, right? You just have to be world class at this one. And you got an opportunity between now and September to get people to attend the event in Rome. Now, some of you are not registered for this event. And I'm going to give you some of my core beliefs, okay? My core beliefs about the event. And I'm just going to be honest with you and direct with you. The one thing that I found every time I went to an event is, and some people on my team didn't go because they bought the story. I didn't have the time. I don't have the money. I can't get time off of work. I can't get a babysitter, right? Can't afford it. What? Just bring me back the notes. All these different things. Is that when I'm sitting in the event and they're not there, and I'm just going, oh my God, if they were in the room, their life would have been changed for sure. But I didn't push hard enough. One of my core beliefs is this. If you hate someone and you want them to fail, let them miss this event in Rome. Just say, hey, it's not that big a deal. I'll bring you the notes. Hey, if you don't have the money, you don't have the time, you can't get time off, well, then I guess you can't go. Just accept all their excuses and encourage them to stay home in their little bubble. But if you love them or you care about them or you see the potential in them, you believe in them, then do not allow any excuse that they give you to be a reason not to attend. Okay? If you love them, don't let them. If you care about them, don't let them miss. If you don't like them, let them miss. Because I'll show you one other thing. Sorry. I keep forgetting where everything is. David told me in this whole story, if you miss one event, one company convention, it all starts over. All the numbers that you built up go away. If you've been in this business for a while, some of you have been in for 3-4 years, and think of somebody who didn't attend last year's event. And where are they? And then take the people who did attend last year's event, and where are they? Two completely different worlds, yeah? So, I developed a mindset, and I want you to hear this, that whatever reason a person has for not attending is the reason why they must. That was my belief. That is my belief today. Any reason you have for not attending is the reason why you must. Well, you don't understand. I'm a single mom. I get it. But because you're a single mom, that's why you have to find a way to attend. Yeah, but I have 2 jobs and I can't take time off. That's the reason why you must, because you've got to find a better plan for your life. Time is the most valuable thing. Attending this event is going to help you compress time. Instead of taking 3 years in order to be able to figure something out, you can do it in 3 months. Or in some of your cases, you could figure it out in 3 days and completely change your life. So a person says they don't have the money. Well, that's in my mind, in my heart, that's the reason why they must, because they have to change that story. They don't have the time, they have to change that story. They can't get off of work, they have to change that story. They can't figure out childcare, change the story. Somebody's having a birthday party. Who the heck cares? Really? If you were playing in the World Cup and somebody says, well, I have a birthday party that weekend, and it's the World Cup finals, are you going to go to the birthday party? Are you going to say, I can't this time because I'm playing in the World Cup. Watch me from there. I'll send you a little signal. Every time I score a goal, I'll send you a signal. Love you, gotta go. But this is a difference between entrepreneurial thinking and employee thinking. And most of us have been raised to think like employees for most of our life. Act like employees for the most of our lives. Do as we're told, right? Don't take risks. Don't invest in your future. You know, just do as you're told. Entrepreneurs take risk. And here's the big risk. Big risk. Oh my God, such a huge risk. Get a ticket. Get your transportation figured out. Get a place to stay. And go change your life. Or don't, and stay in the life that you have. You got to decide. You really have to decide. I remember my second event, I had 12 people on my team. Again, I'm driving. We had like 8 people in a van driving there because none of us had money. We rented 2, the cheapest hotel rooms we could find, and had 4 guys sleeping in one and 4 girls sleeping in another. We taped the minibar shut so nobody would take stuff out of the minibar and, you know, we'd get in a fight over it. We went to the grocery store. We made sandwiches. We filled up our water bottles with water. We just didn't have the money to spend. We had to walk back and forth to the event because half of us, took 2 trips back and forth, right? So, but I think back on those days, sleeping on the floor, hanging out with my buddies, dreaming, you know, talking all night long about the notes from the day. It was just amazing, spectacular, super fun. Those days I look back at with fondness because, one, I was proud of myself because none of those people were going to attend until I pushed it. And then once I pushed it, some of them said yes. And when they went home, some of them changed their lives. They were an example to other people, which helped me invite more people to the next one. This became my mission, event to event to event to event. I have to grow that number. So this brings me to being reasonable or being unreasonable. The world asks you to be reasonable. Be realistic. Be reasonable. As an entrepreneur, you need to be unreasonable. Because the unreasonable person asks the world to conform to their vision. The reasonable person just wants to get by. They comply with whatever the world thinks. The unreasonable person says, no. We have a bit different vision than that. Okay? So based upon that, all progress in the world is based upon the unreasonable person. Think about any progress that's ever happened in any walk of life, any venture, any business, any government, anything. Show me one that was created without somebody having a vision that was unreasonable. I don't think it exists. So you have to be unreasonable. Whatever the reason you haven't bought your ticket yet needs to be the reason why you're buying it today. And whatever reason that your team is giving you, as far as not going, needs to be the reason why, in your mind, you have to help them find a way. So, I'll give you some promotion tips on how to promote this better to people. Because here's what would happen to me all the time. I'd have somebody on my team would say, I said, how many people from your team are going to the convention? They said, none. None? Why none? That's a bad number. They said, well, I talked to them all, but they just have things going on, or they don't have the money, they don't have the time, they can't get off work, they can't get a child care figured out, their spouse is uncomfortable with them going, or they're uncomfortable going by themselves, whatever. I said, let me talk to them. Set up a 3-way chat or something, and let me talk to them. And I talked to them in 5 minutes. They're ready to go. Why? Whatever reason they have given me for not going is the reason why they must. Oh, I'm uncomfortable going by myself as a woman. No problem. No problem. We're going as a group, number one. Number two, what if I find you a roommate that you like, that's, maybe on a similar path as you, and you can find a way to share a room. You can hang out together. We're all going to be at the same hotels. We're going to be hanging out, doing all this different types of things. We all look out for each other. That way you're not going to be walking into a room full of strangers. Would that help? Yeah, that would help. I don't have the money. What if we just sat down and we brainstormed 10 or 20 ideas on how we could figure out the money? Do you think one of those 20, or maybe a combination of those 20, would help you solve that problem between now and then? Yeah. I don't have the time. What do you mean when you say you don't have the time? What I hear when you say that, here's what I hear. We haven't shown you enough to justify your time. So let me tell you about this event one more time. This is a pivotal event for Ascent's Tribe and for Chogan. Absolute game changing. 5 years from today, people are going to look back at this event in September and say there were people in this room and there are people who missed this event. And lives are going to be changed either way, but it's going to be that historic. And you're going to hear from Eric Worre. You're going to hear from the top leaders and top earners. You're going to meet amazing people. You're going to be able to have an expanded vision. You're going to be able to set bigger goals. You're going to be able to mix and mingle with unbelievable people. You're going to build friendships that will last a lifetime. We're going to do it in Rome. I mean, come on. It's not the worst place to go in September. Maybe you just need to get away from the kids for 3 days. Maybe you just need to have a girls' weekend. Or maybe you just need to just reset your mind. Think of this as like a mental retreat to be able to go someplace else and get out of the grind of your daily life. Hang out with a room full of people that believe in their future and will help you believe in yours. So for the information, for the training, for the fun, for the adventure, for the relationships, right? For being in the room, for history. Remember Live Aid? When Queen and all did their iconic performance at Wembley Stadium? There were people who were in that stadium, people who weren't. Now, in that environment, it didn't change their lives other than they have a cool thing to talk about. In this environment, it'll change things financially. For sure. For sure. Okay? So I'm talking to two groups of people right now. One is, for some reason, you guys think that, I can do it later, or I'm not sure if I'm going to register. That makes no sense to me. If you're going to approach this business at all, get to the event. And two, some of you as leaders have been buying the story of the people on your team when they say, I can't because of this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason. I don't have the money, wouldn't be responsible, blah, 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 blah. And you've accepted their story instead of helping to solve the problem in their mind to prioritize this and go. Most of you who have a team, if you have a small team, you can get close to 100%. If you have a large team, let me give you 1,000 or more people on your team, you should be getting anywhere from 10 to 20%. Of all the people who have ever joined, 10 to 20% attending. Okay? Somewhere in that number. If it's less than that, I mean, every single one matters. If you have 10 and you grow it to 11, for you, that's just one more. For them, it's their whole life. It's their whole world. It's their whole vision. It's their whole way of looking at things. For them, it's everything. So please, I implore you to not give up on the people on your team. And if you let them miss this event, in my opinion, that's you giving up. Be better. Be stronger. Have a bigger vision. Help them solve the problem. Care about them. And as soon as you get that, then help the next person. Then the next, then the next, then the next, then the next. Don't leave them behind. So, a couple things that I will share with you. One, if you don't have a ticket, get your ticket. Do you want a formula for failure? I can give you a formula for failure in 2 words. You ready to hear what it is? Here's the formula for failure. Write this down. Start tomorrow. That's the formula. That's my training on failure. Super easy. Just start tomorrow. Hey, it's late at night. I can do it later. Yeah, go register tomorrow. Make a big decision tomorrow. That's what people who habitually fail, that's what they do. They do it tomorrow. If you're going to register, do it today. Get your ticket today. Find a hotel today. Figure out transportation today. Get a roommate. Ask around today. Get it done. Okay? That's number one. Number two, every single person on your team, give them an opportunity to attend. And here's a weak way to promote, and that is just send an email to everybody. Oh, I promoted. Or post on social. Oh, I promoted. I invited them to this Zoom. Oh, I promoted. No. Group invitations, group promotion is very, very weak. Individual promotion. Send an SMS, send a text message to every single person on your team. Hey, can we jump on a phone call real quick? Phone call, video call, and invite that person individually. When I thought of somebody who would absolutely benefit the most from this event in Rome, I thought about you. Let's go together. Let's have an adventure. You know? Let's do something outrageous. Let's do something rebellious. Let's break out of the mold. Let's change our story. Let's go have some fun. Let's take a weekend and dream. Come on. You plus me, we could take over the world. Let's do it together. I can't because of this and this and this. All right, let's solve that problem. Let's work on it together to solve it. If we solve that problem, will you attend? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, great. Then let's go solve the problem. Right? So one, make sure you're registered. Two, do not give up on anybody in your team. They joined Shogun. They joined Ascent Tribe for a reason. They joined for a reason. Help them finish that unfinished business. Don't give up on them. Believe in them, because I promise you, 3 years from today, there's going to be people that weren't going to go to this event that ended up going because of you, and they're going to come and say, thank you. I have to thank you because you believed in me when I didn't believe in me. You caused me to do this when I wasn't going to do it. And that event changed my life. So thank you. It'd be a good story to have, right? To be able to have that 3 years from today. So that's the second. And then the third thing I would tell you is recruit to the event. Here's what I mean. You're adding people in the month of July. You're going to be adding people in the month of August. Every person that you add, say, guess what? You're joining at the best time ever. Because 1 month from now, 2 months from now, there's going to be this event in Rome, and we're all going. So join us, right? Every person, you need to have this conversation. This is not about back to a certain level, certain rank, certain income, back to the people who joined a year ago. This is about people joining today too. Recruit towards it. Have this be an extra reason. Yes, join because of this. And you're not going to believe this. There's this event in Rome, and we're all going. How's Rome sound to you? Let's do something outrageous. And here's all the reasons. This. So last thing I will tell you, and I'll pass it back to Sandro, is when you show up, I want you to imagine you're at the event. You have nobody on your team right now going, and there's 10 on your team. And you got your little group of 10 that you're having breakfast together, you're having lunch together, you're having dinner together, you're having drinks together, you're sitting together in the event. You're finding out everybody's hopes and dreams. Everybody's filling up their pages of notes. You're recapping the day at the end of every day. You go home and smash. Some of you have nobody, or maybe 10 people on your team. You could have 100. I want you to imagine 100. 100 in a corner of that resort or hotel. 100 hanging out together before or after the event. 100. Think about what that does for them and what it's going to do for you. Get that vision planted in your brain. And when you show up, make sure that everybody is getting the maximum benefit for being a part of that event. Play like a pro for those 3 days. Go all in for those 3 days. Help everybody really focus for those 3 days. Build them up. Build up their vision for themselves in those 3 days. You're going to be very, very glad that you did. So I want to pass it back to Sandro. Sandro, my brother, I will see you in September. I'll see you before September, but I'll be there. Bring the best training I have. I'm going to be coming from an event in Budapest and flying over and speaking with you, and then back to Budapest after that. But I can't wait to be there. It's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. Congratulations on all your success. And here's what I hope. My wish is that whatever tickets are left are gone in the next 7 days. Just gone.
Yes.
You know, and if I'm you, ladies and gentlemen, and you have the ability to get 10 tickets before they're gone, so you have them in your pocket for the people you're going to enroll between now and then, say, guess what? It's sold out, but I have these tickets. You know, so I can hook you up. Do that if the company allows it. I don't even know if they do. But Sandro, I'll pass it back to you, brother. Mwah.
Thank you. Mamma mia, Eric. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's incredible, the content that you delivered tonight. It's really, I appreciate a lot. As you know, I don't have an upline, but when you're here, it's like you are my upline. And this was just a third-party tool that I used tonight. So thank you very much to all of you for attending this call. As you know, event promotion is a core competence in network marketing. So if you want to go to the next level, if you want to bring your business to the next level, don't wait, don't hesitate, don't wait until tomorrow. Tonight is going to be the night where you make a decision, not to be there alone, but to bring your team with you. So contact one of the managers. I'm sure they can help you with tickets. I'm sure they can assist you. We have tickets, of course, but not that many. So pay attention, make sure that you will be there. I thank you a lot for your attention. I wish you a great evening. And it's clear, Senstripe and Shogun wrote history also tonight.